Welcome to Secrets to Wealth, the place where we uncover the strategies the rich use to build financial freedom. If you're serious about creating a business and a life on your own terms, you're in the right spot. Now, before we dive in, take a quick second to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss out on our weekly videos packed with money making strategies. Most people believe you need thousands of dollars, loans, or investors to start a business, but that's simply not true. Some of the most successful entrepreneurs started with nothing. Jeff Bezos began selling books out of his garage, Damon John sewed hats in his mom's house, and Oprah Winfrey rose from poverty to build a media empire. They didn't start with money. They started with resourcefulness, creativity, and the courage to act. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can do the same, how to start a business with absolutely $0. By the end, you'll have a clear list of powerful business models you can launch today, plus a roadmap to grow them into something big. So if you're ready, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's jump right in. Most people believe that money is the foundation of every business, but the real foundation is value. If you can create value, solve problems, and help people, you can build a business without a single dollar. Money simply accelerates the process. It is not the starting point. Think of value as the seed and action as the water that makes it grow. Without action, that seed never becomes anything. With consistent effort, it can grow into something far larger than you ever imagined. So let's crush the myth right now. You don't need to wait until you have capital, or until the perfect moment arrives, or until you feel fully prepared. What you truly need is resourcefulness, creativity, and a willingness to step forward even when it feels uncomfortable. That's how every successful entrepreneur begins. Take a moment to think about your own life. What skills do you already have? What knowledge have you gained through experience, school, or even hobbies? Maybe you can write well, organize tasks, design, sell, edit videos, or simply talk to people in a way that makes them feel understood. Each of those skills can be transformed into income if you're willing to package and present it as a service. If you're still saying to yourself, "But I don't have any skills," here's the truth. You do. Everyone does. And even if you feel like you have nothing, today's internet gives you the ability to learn new skills for free. YouTube, Google, and countless free courses are right at your fingertips. What you lack in money, you can replace with time, effort, and focus. The real obstacle is not a lack of money. It's fear. Fear of failing, fear of looking foolish, fear of wasting time. But failure isn't the end. It's feedback. Every failed attempt shows you what doesn't work, bringing you one step closer to what does. Starting with nothing forces you to be creative, forces you to adapt, and forces you to grow. That resilience will become your greatest asset. So as we move forward, keep this mindset clear. Starting a business with $0 is not only possible, it might actually be the best way to start. Because when you learn to create something from nothing, you build skills, confidence, and habits that will carry you all the way to wealth. Now that your mindset is in the right place, it's time to get practical. Let's explore specific business models you can launch today without spending a single dollar. These are real, proven, and already being used by entrepreneurs who began with nothing, just like you. The first business model you can start with $0 is freelancing. Freelancing is simply offering your skills to people who need them. This could be writing, graphic design, video editing, voiceover work, social media management, or even coding. The beauty of freelancing is that you don't need a company or an office. You just need a way to connect with clients. Platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, and Freelancer make this incredibly easy. You can sign up today, create a profile, and start applying for projects immediately. But here's the secret. Don't try to compete by being the cheapest. Competing on price is a race to the bottom. Instead, compete on quality and specialization. If you say, "I'm a writer," you'll get lost in a sea of competition. But if you say, "I write powerful Instagram captions for fitness coaches," suddenly you stand out. Clients will see you as the solution to their specific problem, and they'll gladly pay more for that. Think about it this way. Businesses aren't looking for generalists. They're looking for problem solvers. The clearer you can define the problem you solve, the easier it will be to attract clients. And the best part? You don't need to spend a dime to get started. You can build a profile, showcase your work with free tools, and use the skills you already have to land your first gig. I know someone who started by offering resume writing services on Fiverr. Her first order was just $20. Instead of spending that money, she reinvested it by upgrading her profile, improving her samples, and getting better at what she did. Within 6 months, she was charging $150 per resume and earning over $3,000 a month, all from home with no startup cost at all. That's the power of freelancing. It's flexible, scalable, and completely free to start. All it requires is skill, persistence, and the ability to put yourself out there. And if you don't feel you have the skill yet, remember, you can learn one. Spend a few weeks learning copywriting, video editing, or design online. The opportunities are endless. The second business model you can start with $0 is consulting or coaching. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but I'm not an expert. The truth is, you don't need to be the world's top authority to help someone. You just need to know more than the person you're guiding. If you've ever learned how to budget your money, lose weight, start a YouTube channel, or become more productive, you already have knowledge that someone else would pay for. People don't always want information. They want guidance. They want someone who's been there, done that, and can show them the path. And you can offer that guidance right now using free tools like Zoom or Google Meet. You don't need a fancy setup. You don't need a huge following. All you need is the willingness to share what you know and help someone achieve results. I know a college student who was passionate about personal finance. He started making short TikTok videos about budgeting and money management. Slowly, people began reaching out to him for advice. He offered one-on-one coaching sessions for $50 an hour. Within a year, he turned that into a $5,000 a month business. He didn't spend money to start. He used free platforms, his phone, and his knowledge. That's the beauty of consulting and coaching. It requires no money, just experience and the willingness to guide others. And as you grow, you can scale it into online courses, group programs, or even books. But the starting point costs zero. The third business model you can start with $0 is social media management. Every business today knows they need to be on social media, but most small business owners simply don't have the time or the skills to create engaging content, respond to messages, or run their accounts consistently. That's where you come in. You can offer to manage their social media pages, post content regularly, engage with their audience, and help them grow online. You don't need expensive tools to start. With free platforms like Canva, you can design eye-catching posts. With scheduling tools like Meta's Creator Studio, you can plan content in advance. And with just your smartphone, you can capture photos or short videos that will make a business look professional. Here's how you can get your first client. Walk into a local coffee shop, bakery, or clothing store and offer to manage their Instagram for free for 2 weeks. Show them the results: more followers, more engagement, more customers walking in because they saw the posts. Once they see the value, ask for $200 a month to keep running it. With just 5 clients, you could be making $1,000 every month, all without investing a single dollar to start. The fourth business model you can start is becoming a virtual assistant. A virtual assistant, or VA, helps entrepreneurs and businesses with tasks they don't have time for. This could include answering emails, scheduling appointments, researching, data entry, or managing spreadsheets. The demand for virtual assistants has grown massively because business owners would rather pay someone to handle these repetitive tasks so they can focus on growth. And here's the good news: you don't need advanced skills. If you know how to use email, Google Docs, spreadsheets, or basic online tools, you can start as a VA. You can find opportunities on platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, or specialized VA job boards. Or you can reach out directly to small business owners and offer your help. I know a mom who wanted to earn money from home while taking care of her kids. She started offering virtual assistant services at $10 an hour. Within months, she had regular clients, raised her rates to $25 an hour, and was making $2,000 a month part-time. She didn't spend any money to start. She simply used her organizational skills and her laptop. The fifth business model is content creation services. Right now, short-form video content is in massive demand. Businesses, influencers, and brands are all trying to grow on TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts. But most of them don't have the time or skill to edit videos. If you can learn how to edit short videos, you have a skill that people will pay for. The best part is you don't need expensive equipment. Your smartphone is good enough for filming, and free editing apps like CapCut or DaVinci Resolve are powerful enough to create professional videos. You can offer to edit a package of 10 videos per month for $300 to $500. I know a young creator who started offering short-form video editing for real estate agents. He charged $200 for 10 videos. Within a year, he scaled that into a $5,000 a month business just from video editing. Again, he didn't spend money up front. He used free tools and the skills he learned online. The sixth business model you can start is writing and copywriting. If you can write, you can make money online. Businesses need blog posts, product descriptions, ad copy, sales emails, website content. The list goes on. Copywriting is especially valuable because good copy directly brings in sales. If you can write an ad that makes a business thousands of dollars, they'll happily pay you hundreds or even thousands in return. You can start small by offering to write blog posts or simple product descriptions. Use those as samples, then move on to bigger projects like email campaigns or ad copy. There are countless free resources online that can teach you how to become a better copywriter. The more you practice, the more valuable your writing becomes. Finally, the seventh business model is tutoring and teaching. If you're skilled in math, science, English, or even music, you can start tutoring. Parents are always searching for tutors for their children, and adults are always looking to learn new skills. You don't need a classroom or even a platform to begin. You can start by offering lessons locally, or you can use free tools like Zoom to teach online. You can also list yourself on tutoring websites or simply post about your services on social media. Start by charging $20 to $30 an hour. Once you gain experience and testimonials, you can increase your rates. Teaching what you already know is one of the simplest ways to turn your knowledge into income without spending anything up front. So let's recap. Freelancing, consulting, social media management, virtual assistants, content creation, writing, and tutoring. These are all service-based businesses you can start right now with $0. Every single one of these requires no money up front. All you need is a skill, or the willingness to learn, and the courage to take action. The real secret to growing any of these service-based businesses is reinvesting your first earnings. When you get paid by your first client, don't rush to spend it. Instead, use it to improve your tools, build a simple website, or market your services to attract more clients. That's how you turn a small, free start into a scalable business. Now let's move into product-based businesses. You can start with $0. These are businesses where you sell products without needing to buy or store inventory. Thanks to the internet, you don't need warehouses or shipping centers anymore. You can use platforms and systems that handle everything for you while you focus on creating and selling. The first product-based business you can start with $0 is print on demand. Print on demand allows you to design graphics for t-shirts, mugs, hoodies, phone cases, and other products, and sell them without ever touching the inventory. Here's how it works. You create a design using free tools like Canva. You upload it to platforms like Teespring, Redbubble, or Merch by Amazon. When someone buys your design on a t-shirt or mug, the company prints it, ships it, and handles customer service. You just collect a profit. The beauty of print on demand is that you don't pay anything up front. You don't buy shirts or mugs in bulk. The products are created only after someone makes a purchase. That means your risk is zero. All you need is creativity and the ability to design or even just use text-based ideas. A catchy slogan or funny phrase on a shirt can make you hundreds of dollars if it resonates with the right audience. The second product-based business is selling digital products. Digital products are powerful because you create them once, and they can be sold an unlimited number of times. Examples include ebooks, guides, templates, planners, or even online courses. The cost to create digital products is zero if you use free tools. You can write an ebook in Google Docs, design a planner in Canva, or record a simple video course using your phone. Then you can sell these products on platforms like Gumroad, Etsy, or even directly through social media. Digital products give you incredible leverage. Imagine you create a budgeting template in Excel. It takes you one day. You list it for $10. If 100 people buy it, that's $1,000 from a product you made once, and it will keep selling as long as people need it. The third product-based business is affiliate marketing. With affiliate marketing, you don't need to create your own product. Instead, you promote other people's products and earn a commission for every sale made through your unique link. You can sign up for affiliate programs like Amazon Associates, ClickBank, or Share a Sale for free. Then, you promote products by creating content, maybe a YouTube video, a blog post, or even a social media post. Here's an example. If you love fitness, you can recommend workout gear, supplements, or books through Amazon's affiliate program. Every time someone buys through your link, you get paid. You didn't spend money creating a product. You didn't handle shipping or customer service. You just connected the buyer with the product and collected a commission. The fourth product-based business is content creation. Starting a YouTube channel, TikTok account, or blog costs nothing but your time and creativity. When you consistently create content, you can monetize through ads, brand deals, sponsorships, or even selling your own products later. Yes, content creation takes patience, but the payoff can be huge. Many full-time YouTubers and TikTokers started with $0, just their phone and an idea. They built an audience, and that audience became their business. You can do the same by focusing on a topic you're passionate about and consistently sharing valuable or entertaining content. The fifth product-based business is dropshipping. With dropshipping, you set up an online store and sell products without holding inventory. When a customer buys from your store, the order is automatically sent to a supplier who ships it directly to the customer. You keep the profit margin between the supplier's price and your selling price. There are free or low-cost ways to start dropshipping using platforms like Shopify with free trials, or even marketplaces like eBay and Facebook Marketplace, where you can list products without upfront investment. The key is finding trending products and marketing them effectively. All of these product-based businesses share one common advantage. You don't need to buy products in advance. You either create digital products once, use free platforms to sell designs, promote products as an affiliate, build an audience with content, or connect buyers and suppliers through dropshipping. In every case, your startup cost is zero. So now we've covered both service-based and product-based businesses you can start with no money. But knowing the ideas is only half the battle. The real challenge is turning those ideas into action. That's why in the next section, we're going to break down a step-by-step roadmap to go from zero to your very first customer, and then scale from there. Here's the roadmap to starting a business with $0 and turning it into something real. Step 1 is finding your niche. You need to decide who you're going to serve and what problem you're going to solve. Don't try to serve everyone. Narrow it down. For example, instead of saying, "I'll be a social media manager," say, "I'll help local restaurants grow on Instagram." The more specific you are, the easier it is to stand out and attract clients. Step 2 is testing your idea. You don't need a fancy business plan. All you need to do is offer your service or product to real people and see how they respond. If you're offering freelancing, apply for jobs online. If you're coaching, reach out to friends or post on social media offering free or discounted sessions. If you're selling a digital product, put up a simple listing and see if anyone buys. The goal at this stage is not to get rich. It's to prove that people actually want what you're offering. Step 3 is getting your first customer. This is the most important milestone because once you've made your first dollar, you've proven the model works. Don't overthink this part. Reach out directly to people who might need your service. Post about what you're offering on your social media. Knock on doors if you have to. Remember, businesses are built one customer at a time. Step 4 is delivering massive value. When someone pays you, give them more than they expected. Over-deliver on quality, communication, and results. This is how you build trust, get referrals, and earn repeat business. If you do a great job for one client, that client might bring you 5 more. Step 5 is reinvesting your profits. The first money you make should go back into improving your business. Buy better tools, build a simple website, run a small ad, or create more samples of your work. This is how you start scaling. The mistake most people make is spending their early money on themselves instead of their business. But if you reinvest, your business grows faster and eventually it can support you fully. Step 6 is building systems. Once you start getting consistent clients, you need to make your work more efficient. That might mean using free tools to automate tasks, creating templates you can reuse, or even outsourcing small jobs to other freelancers. Systems allow you to serve more clients without burning out. Step 7 is scaling. This is where you take what's working and expand it. If freelancing is working, you can turn it into an agency. If consulting is working, you can launch an online course. If your digital product is selling, you can create a bundle or expand into other niches. Scaling is simply multiplying what already works, step by step. And step 8 is building your personal brand. No matter which business you start, your reputation and online presence will become your most powerful assets. Share your journey on social media. Post about your wins, your clients, your results. The more you build authority in your niche, the easier it becomes to attract customers without even chasing them. Follow this roadmap and you'll move from $0 to your first income, then to steady clients, and finally to a scalable business. Remember, every big company you see today started with small, simple steps, just like these. The difference is, they didn't wait until they had money. They started with what they had and grew from there. Now let's take it a step further. To really inspire you, I'm going to share some real-life case studies of people who started businesses with nothing and turned them into something incredible. These stories will prove to you that if they can do it, so can you. Case study number 1 is the story of Damon John, the founder of Fubu. He didn't start with investors or a factory. He started with a sewing machine in his mother's house in Queens, New York. He began making hats and selling them on the street for $10 each. He didn't have money, but he had creativity and hustle. He reinvested every dollar he made into making more products, and eventually, Fubu became a global clothing brand worth hundreds of millions. His story shows that you don't need capital to begin, you need action. Case study number 2 is Sophia Amoruso, who founded Nasty Gal. She started by selling vintage clothes on eBay. She didn't have her own store or a big budget, just an eye for fashion and a willingness to work. She styled the clothes, took photos, and wrote creative descriptions. From those small beginnings, she built a brand that became a multi-million-dollar fashion empire. She started with $0, using only what was available to her. Case study number 3 is Brian Chesky and Joe Gebbia, the founders of Airbnb. They were broke and struggling to pay rent. During a local design conference, hotels were sold out, so they came up with the idea to rent out air mattresses in their apartment and serve breakfast. That's why they called it Airbnb, airbed and breakfast. They didn't start with millions in funding. They started with a simple, scrappy idea to solve a problem. Today, Airbnb is worth billions. Case study number 4 is Oprah Winfrey. She grew up in poverty, faced countless challenges, and had no financial backing. What she did have was a passion for communication and storytelling. She started in local radio and television, built her reputation, and eventually became the host of one of the most successful talk shows in history. She didn't start with money. She started with her voice, her skill, and her determination. Case study number 5 is a modern freelancer's story. A young woman wanted to earn money but had no savings and no degree. She decided to offer social media management to local businesses. She started by managing one account for free, proving her value. That one client led to referrals, and within a year she was running accounts for 10 different businesses, charging $500 each. She built a $5,000 a month income, starting from zero. These case studies prove that starting with nothing is not a disadvantage. In fact, it can be your greatest strength. When you don't have money, you learn to be resourceful, creative, and persistent. Those qualities are far more valuable than cash because money can run out, but resourcefulness lasts forever. So let's talk about what separates those who succeed from those who give up. It's not intelligence. It's not talent. It's consistency, mindset, and habits. If you can master these, you can take any $0 start and grow it into something significant. Mindset is the foundation of starting a business with $0. If you believe you can't do it because you don't have money, you've already lost. The people who succeed are the ones who shift their mindset from scarcity to opportunity. Instead of saying, I don't have money, they ask, what can I do with what I already have? That small shift makes all the difference. The second key is consistency. Starting a business without money means you'll have to rely on effort and persistence instead of capital. You can't just try for a week and quit. You need to show up every day, even when results are slow. Consistency compounds. One post today, one client tomorrow, one product sold next week. Over time, those small wins build into something big. The third key is habits. Successful entrepreneurs build habits that move them forward every day. Wake up early, spend time learning, work on your business, even if it's just 1 hour after your job. Eliminate distractions that waste time and focus on activities that create income. Your habits will determine your future. Now let's address one of the biggest fears people have. What if I fail? Here's the truth. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of success. Every entrepreneur you admire has failed dozens of times. The difference is they didn't stop. They used failure as feedback, adjusted, and tried again. If you start with $0, failure doesn't cost you much anyway. What costs you is quitting. Another challenge you'll face is doubt from others. Friends, family, even strangers might say, that'll never work, or you need money to make money. You have to remember that their doubts are a reflection of their own limitations, not yours. Protect your vision, surround yourself with supportive people, and prove the doubters wrong through action. The last piece of mindset is patience. Building a business from nothing won't happen overnight. It takes months, sometimes years, to see big results. But if you stay patient, consistent, and keep improving, your results will multiply. Remember, the best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago. The second best time is today. Start now, and your future self will thank you. With the right mindset, consistency, and habits, you'll not only survive the challenges of starting with $0, you'll thrive. And once your business starts gaining momentum, you'll realize something powerful. The skills and resilience you build on this journey are worth more than any amount of startup money. So now let's move into the practical strategies you can use to market your business for free. Because no matter what kind of business you choose, service, product, or content, marketing is what gets you customers. And I'm going to show you how to do it without spending a single cent. The first free marketing strategy is social media. Platforms like Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and Facebook are free to use, and they give you instant access to millions of potential customers. The secret is to provide value instead of just selling. Share tips, insights, stories, or transformations related to your niche. Show people that you understand their problems and can provide solutions. Over time, this builds trust, and trust leads to sales. The second strategy is content creation. Start a YouTube channel, a blog, or even a podcast. It doesn't cost money to create content, but it does cost time and effort. The payoff is long-term visibility. For example, a single YouTube video can bring you customers for years. A blog post optimized for search engines can rank on Google and attract people long after you've written it. Content is like planting seeds that keep growing. The third strategy is networking. This doesn't mean going to fancy events. It means connecting with people online and offline who could become clients, collaborators, or mentors. Join free Facebook groups, LinkedIn communities, or online forums related to your niche. Be helpful, answer questions, and provide value. Opportunities will naturally come your way when people see you as someone who contributes. The fourth strategy is word of mouth. Don't underestimate the power of simply telling people what you do. Let your friends, family, and acquaintances know about your business. Even if they don't become customers, they might refer someone else. One conversation could lead to your first paying client. The fifth strategy is collaborations. Partner with others who already have an audience. For example, if you're a fitness coach, collaborate with a nutritionist and do a joint live stream on Instagram. Both of you benefit from each other's followers without spending money. Collaboration is one of the fastest ways to grow without paying for ads. The sixth strategy is leveraging free tools. Platforms like Canva allow you to create professional designs, MailChimp lets you send emails to your audience for free, and tools like Calendly make scheduling easy. Use these tools to look professional and stay organized without spending anything. The seventh strategy is building an email list. Even if you're just starting out, begin collecting emails from people interested in what you do. You can offer a free guide, checklist, or resource in exchange for their email. Why? Because social media algorithms change, but email is something you own. It's one of the most powerful free marketing tools available. The eighth strategy is testimonials and reviews. When you work with your first clients, ask them for feedback and permission to share their results. Positive reviews build credibility, and credibility attracts more clients. Even if you did the work for free or at a discount, those testimonials are valuable assets. Marketing doesn't have to be expensive. If you're willing to put in the effort, these free strategies can bring you more clients than paid ads ever could. Remember, creativity beats money every time. The more resourceful you are, the faster you'll grow. Now let's talk about the specific skills you can learn right now that cost nothing but can make you thousands of dollars. Because when you combine the right skill with free marketing strategies, you become unstoppable. Thank you for staying with us until the end. We hope you enjoyed the journey and found it engaging. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to Secrets to Wealth, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your feedback means the world to us, and it helps us create even more powerful content for you. Join us again for more exciting strategies, stories, and secrets to building real wealth, because your journey to financial freedom is just getting started.